everyone. So we are here for SSC Type 2 and Type 3 for the calendar year 2019-2020. So today we are going to have demo for English. So in this session we are going to discuss voice. So let's begin our today's session on voice. What is voice? No, it is not the sound which is being produced. Voice is a grammatical topic which is pertaining to verbs. Exactly. So voice is a characteristic of verb. So when I said it is a characteristic of verb, you might have get a doubt how it can be a characteristic of verb. So let me explain you by taking these two examples. So you can take these two examples into consideration to learn how it became a characteristic of verb. Look at this one. Renu writes a letter. So what is the subject here? Renu writes a letter. Verb is writes. And object is a letter. And look at the next sentence. A letter is written by Renu. What is the subject here? A letter. Verb is written. Object by Renu. Now, if you look at these two examples, what is the difference? Is there any difference in the meaning? No. There is only structural difference. Is there any difference in the tense? No. Then what is the difference? The difference here, if you can observe, writes in the first sentence became is written in the second sentence. But what is the exact difference? Here the subject Renu is doing the action. That means the verb is passing the action from subject to object. Here subject is the doer of the action and object is a receiver of the action. Whereas in the second sentence, a letter is written by Renu. Here is a letter doing any action? Is the letter doing any action there? No. Who is doing action? Object is the doer of the action here. Here Renu is doing the action. That means object is doing the action. Object is a doer and that action is passing from object to subject by the verb and here the subject is the receiver of the action. Right? So you can observe from these two sentences that when doing the action done by the subject and the subject's action is passed to object, the receiver, by the verb, that verb is said to be in active voice. If the subject is a receiver of the action, that means action is done by the object, that means action is passed from object to the subject, then the verb is said to be in passive voice. So as I told you already, voice is a characteristic of verb. So what characteristic it is? It tells us the relation of the verb with its subject. So what is the relation of the verb with its subject? That is what voice tells us. So voice, as you can see, is of two types. One, active voice. Two, passive voice. Now, what is active voice and why it is called active voice? Active voice is nothing but if the verb is passing action from subject to object. That means subject is the doer of the action and object is a receiver of the action. Then that verb is said to be in active voice. I come again. If the verb is passing action from subject to the object, that means subject is a doer of the action and object is a receiver of the action, then that verb is said to be in active voice. Remember, subject must be doer of the action and object must be receiver of the action. So why it is called active voice? It is called active voice because here the subject is active. That means the person denoted by the subject of the verb is active because it is doing action. Hence it is said to be in active voice. I hope it is clear, active voice. Now let us see passive voice. So what is passive voice and why it is called passive voice? So passive voice is nothing but when the subject is inactive. That means something is done to the subject. Here, something is done to the subject of the verb. And who is active? Object is active. That means object is the doer of the action and subject is a receiver of the action. Then it is said to be in passive voice. Something is done to the subject. Something is sent from object to subject. Subject is receiving the action. And now why it is called so? Why it is called passive voice? The verb is said to be in passive voice because the person denoted by the subject of the verb is inactive. He's not doing action, he's receiving the action, he's inactive. Hence, the verb is said to be in passive voice because inactive is nothing but passive, right? So that is active voice and passive voice. I hope you can able to identify active voice and passive voice because in your examinations in SSC Type 2, you will get voice for 20 to 25 marks. Voice has 20 to 25 marks weightage. Last year you got for 25 marks. So directly will get for 20 to 25 marks. Indirectly you can get in the form of error detection, sentence improvements also. So 20 to 25 marks direct questions you will get from voice. So in exam they will ask you to convert from active to passive, passive to active also. So there you should know whether the sentence is in active or passive. I hope it is clear to you how to identify. Subject is doer, active voice. Subject is receiver, passive voice. Right? Now, the question here is how to convert active voice into passive voice and vice versa. I'm giving you 5 easy steps, you can call it rules or whatever, to convert any sentence from active voice to passive voice and vice versa. When I told any sentence, you should understand we have different types of sentences. We know that we have different types of sentences. We have 5 types of sentences based on meaning and 3 types of sentences based on structure that we have already discussed in our basic class. So what is important here is the 5 types of sentences. So the 5 types of sentences are assertive sentence or declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, nothing but questions, imperative sentence, exclamatory sentence, and optative sentence. So there are total 5 types of sentences, and for these 5 types of sentences we have to see the conversions. Steps are same, but the pattern or the method of converting is different. And once you learn this, it becomes very easy to answer because you can answer by just seeing the question in not more than 40 to 50 seconds. Yes, believe me, that's enough. That time is enough to answer. If you practice well, 30 seconds enough for you to answer most of the questions of voice. So let's begin those rules or the steps to convert active to passive and passive to active, vice versa. So let's begin with our first rule or the step 1. So what is the step 1 or the first rule? So remember, for any kind of sentence, this step or all the 5 steps are applicable. So what is that step? Step 1 is identification of subject, verb and object of a sentence. Isn't it simple? Of course it is, right? Can you identify subject, verb and object? Like this. Look at this sentence. The kites are flying high. What is the subject here? Exactly, the kites. Alright. What is the verb? Are flying. Are is auxiliary verb, helping verb. Flying is main verb. And what is the object? Kites subject. Are flying verb. Object is high. Isn't it? No. No. It is not the object. Remember, what is the subject? Doer of the action. What is the object? Receiver of the action. Let me give you a simple example for you to understand. So a well-known example. Ram killed Ravan. What is the subject here? Ram. Verb killed. Object Ravan. Now, who is doing the action? Ram killed Ravan. Ram doing the action. Subject is doing the action. That means subject is the doer. That means the verb is said to be in active voice. Now, what is the passive voice of this? Well-known example, so you can answer very well. That is, Ravan was killed by Ram. Exactly. Now, what is the subject here? Ravan. Verb was killed. Object Ram. In the second example, who is doing action? Object is doing action. First example, Ram killed Ravan. In the second example, Ravan was killed. So remember, here subject is a receiver. Here subject is a doer. So, is Hai the receiver of the action? No, Hai is not receiving action. That means Hai is not the object. That is the point you have to remember here. Identification of subject, verb and object, it is very easy. Yes, it is easy if you have the clarity of subject and verb here. Because it is not mandatory for every sentence to have an object. And such sentences which not have objects cannot be converted into passive voice. Exactly. Look at another example. The baby was sleeping. What is the subject here? The baby. Verb was sleeping. Object? No object. So, these two sentences cannot be converted into passive voice. So, I hope it is clear. Our first step, identification of subject, verb and object. For any sentence, try to identify subject, verb and object. Okay, step 1 completed. Now step 2. After identification of subject, verb and object, what we have to do? That is step 2. What we should do means this. Remember, any sentence it is applicable. I identify subject. Here what the subject? Subject is Pooja. Verb likes. Object mango. Right? Step 2. Subject becomes object and object becomes subject. Vice versa. So Pooja is the subject. Now in passive voice it became object. Mangoes is the subject and in passive voice it became object. Right? Our step 2 is subject becomes object, object becomes subject. That's it. Very simple step. So here mangoes plural, so we have taken are liked by Pooja. Isn't it simple? So 5 simple steps. First step, identify subject, verb and object. Second step, subject becomes object, object becomes subject. That's it. Now let's move on to step 3. So what we have to do in step 3? Step 3 is very important because entire sentence construction depends upon our step 3. So what is that step 3? Usage of be forms. See, in voice, in passive voice especially, there is no change in the structure of the verb. In all the sentences, in all the tenses, the verb will be always in V3. Then how to identify the tense? Based on be forms. So we know be is also a verb form, right? Be form is a verb form. So we have the conjugation of be is be, been, and being. Right. Now we are going to use those be forms based on the form of the verb. See, I'm going to tell you in the tense wise also. If the sentence is in present tense, in the sense indefinite present, present indefinite, or simple present, or simple present simple, then the be forms we have to use are is, am, are. See, this is the conjugation of be, but we know be forms is, am, are, was, were. So these are be forms, whereas this is a conjugation of be. Do not get confused with be forms as well as conjugation. Now, that is for simple present. All right. Now, if the sentence is in simple past, simple present means verb should be in V1. If sentence is in simple past, that means verb will be in V2. Then the be forms are was, were. Next, if the sentence is in future tense means what is the verb form? Will or shall plus V1. Then the be form is be. This is very important for you to remember and have this in mind. Then you can answer very easily and very quickly. Now, if the sentence is in present participle, that means if the verb is in present participle means continuous tense. Continuous tense means verb should be in V4. Then the be form is being. See, V4 means ing form. So here also we require ing form, being. If the verb is in past participle form, past participle means in all the perfect tenses you will find this participle, past participle. That is V3. Then the be form is been. So this step 3 will be highly useful for you to identify the tense as well as to convert any sentence in any tense. So that is our step 3. Now let's move on to step 4. What is step 4? I already told you this step 4 briefly. That is form of the verb. Irrespective of the tense of the sentence, remember, irrespective of the tense of the sentence, whether it is in present, past, future, simple, continuous, perfect, whatever the tense is, the verb in passive voice must be always in V3. Remember that. Verb will be always in V3 in passive voice, irrespective of the tense. And one more thing, the verb should be a transitive verb, because only transitive verbs can be converted from active voice into passive voice. Intransitive verbs cannot be converted from active voice to passive voice because what are intransitive, what are transitive verbs? Transitive verbs have objects. Intransitive verbs not have objects. Without object can we convert? No. However, there are exceptions. We'll deal it later. So remember this. In passive voice, irrespective of the tense, the verb must be always in V3. For example, look at this. He takes ticket for the train. What is the subject here? Verb takes. Object, ticket or train. What do you think is object? Who is the receiver? What is the object of the sentence? If you think it is the train, you're wrong. The object is ticket. Further train is additional information. Remember that. So here further train is additional information. Here ticket is the object. So remember, it is very important to identify the correct subject, verb and object. Only then we could able to convert or identify the passive voice correctly. Now ticket. Subject becomes object, object becomes subject. Okay, it became subject now. He, subject, becomes object. What is the object in case of he? Him, object. Takes. It is in present tense. Present tense means V1. V1 means what is the be form? Is, am, are. Now here we have ticket. Ticket is singular or plural? Singular. So is. Verb should be always in V3. Oh, ticket is taken by him for the train is a conversion. So I hope it is clear, the fourth step. Now let's see the fifth one, the last step. So what we have to do in the step 5. Step 5 is very easy, that is uses of preposition. We have to use a preposition before the object in passive voice. What preposition do we use? Generally, we use preposition by before the object in passive voice. Generally, when I say generally, that means there are some other usages with some other exceptions. So generally by is used, but there are some cases when do we use by? By is used when the verb is indicating action. The verb indicates action, we use by. Other than action, what is that other than action? State. It is not showing action but state. Then we will use prepositions like to, at, with, etc. So generally we use preposition by, that is for verbs of action. For verbs of state, of being, we use to, at, with, etc. Those examples we'll be seeing. So look at this example. She is parking the car. What is the subject? She. Verb is parking. Parking is parking. Verb is in V4. Object, the car. Convert the sentence. The car, singular, so is. And here verb is in V4. What is the B form? Being. So the car is being. Verb should be always in V3. Parked by her. So subject became object. Object became subject. So these are the 5 simple steps to convert any sentence from active voice to passive voice, and ulta will be the vice versa. Now 5 steps completed. Question is, what about the tense of the sentence? This is not the step, but I will tell it as a rule you can take or whatever. So here I'm talking about the tense in the 6th one. What about the tense of the sentence? Remember, unlike speech, there is no change in tense in the sentence in voice. Simple present will be simple present. Present continuous will be present continuous. Present perfect will be present perfect only. There will be no change in the tense of the sentence. However, there is a change in the structure of the sentence. So structurally there is a change, but tense wise there is no change. How the structure of the sentence changes. So I'm going to show you that here in this tabular form as a representation. So look at here the tabular form. Here it is representing the sentences in tenses, active voice and passive voice. Rather than using always V1, V2, V3, V4, V5 kind of structures, here I have taken a verb that is write. So I have taken a verb write instead of taking V1 or V2 or V3 to make you understand how the structure changes. For example, let us say the sentence is in simple present. Simple present means subject plus V1 plus object. So whatever the subject, here V1 means it can be write or writes for third person singular. How it will be converted into passive voice? Subject becomes object, object becomes subject. That is common. But I'm talking about the other structure. Here we will take the B forms. It can be is, am, are plus V3. What is the V3? Written. Right? So subject, object, usage of preposition, those are common. I'm not putting here there. Now, present continuous. If the sentence is in present continuous means verb should be in V4. Which V4? Is, am, are plus V4. So here I have taken is writing. So how it will be converted? Is, am, are plus what is the B form? Being. That you should remember. Being plus written. Now, if the sentence is in present perfect. Perfect tense means what should be the verb? V3. Which V3? Have forms plus V3. Has or have plus V3. That is has or have plus written. Then V form is been. So has or have plus been plus V3 written. So that's about for present tense. Now let us see for past tense. In past tense, simple past means verb is in V2. Wrote, write, wrote, written, wrote. Then was or were plus written because was or were are our B forms, right? Now look at next one, past continuous. Past continuous. Continuous means V4. Past continuous means was or were plus V4. Writing. Then it will be was or were plus being is a B form plus written. If the sentence is in past perfect. Perfect means has or have plus V3. So here past perfect means had plus V3. So had plus B form is been. Had been plus written V3. Now let's see future tense. Simple future. Simple future means what? Will or shall plus V1. So will are shall plus write becomes, what's the B form? Be. Will are shall plus be plus written. Here when I talk about simple future, it can be any be form. Here I can see modal auxiliary. Any modal auxiliary you can take. Will, shall, can, could, may, might. Any modal auxiliary you take plus base form. Base form is nothing but V1. Can, may, must, etc. plus V1. The word will be same. Can will not become could. May will not become might. It is same word plus the be form is be plus written, just like simple future. Next, the sentence is in future perfect tense. Perfect means again V3. Future perfect means will are shall plus have plus V3. Will have plus written. Then it becomes will have been plus V3 written. I hope it is clear. So this is a conversion of tenses. Now, if you see, we generally have 12 forms of tenses. But here we have written only 8 forms. If you take this one, this is the auxiliary form, not the tense. So we have only 8 forms. What about the remaining 4 forms? So what are the 4 forms missing here? So here we do not have present perfect continuous. Here past perfect continuous. Here future continuous and future perfect continuous. What happened to those 4 forms? Remember, those 4 forms cannot be converted into passive voice. So out of 12 forms, we can only convert 8 forms into passive voice. The remaining 4 forms, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future continuous and future perfect continuous, cannot be converted into passive voice. Thus, we have only 8 forms to convert active voice into passive voice and vice versa. So that's about our points. Now, let's move on to the actual story, that is conversions. So this is what you will find in your examinations, conversions. So as I told you, we have different types and we have different ways of converting. Here, I'm going to give you total 9 methods of converting active voice into passive voice and vice versa. That means I'm going to give you 9 different patterns for different sentences. 9 different patterns or 9 different models for different types of sentences to convert. So let's begin with our basic model. Model 1, that is conversion of assertive sentences into passive voice. So we know assertive sentences. What are assertive sentences? The sentences which expresses an idea, a statement, a general statement, a truth, a fact, etc. Called assertive sentence. Now, assertive sentences simply follow the 5 steps to convert. That's it. It will become easy and you can identify very well when you get some practice with that. Look at this one. She likes children. She likes children. So what is the subject? Identify that. So first, identification of subject, verb, object. Step 1 completed. Step 2. What is step 2? Once you identify what we have to do, subject becomes object, object becomes subject. So children, object became subject. She becomes her in objective case. Step 2 completed. Step 3. Usage of be forms. What is a be form? Here verb likes. V1 plus SRES, V5 form, base form plus SRES. That means what is the verb form? Be forms is, am, are. So here children, is it singular or plural? Plural. So are. Next, step 4. Usage of form of verb. In passive, as I told you, verb must be always in V3. So children are, what is the V3 of like? Liked. And step 5, preposition. It is an action. So by her. That's it. That's our passive voice. Children are liked by her. Isn't it easy? Now look at this sentence. Try to convert. We are celebrating Diwali. Quick. Try to convert this sentence. Identify subject, verb and object and try to convert the sentence. Make it fast. We are celebrating Diwali. Yes, you can do that. So Diwali became subject. Are celebrating. Diwali is singular. So Diwali is here celebrating. It is in V4. So when verb is in V4, what is the B form? Yes, it is being. So Diwali is being. Verb should be in V3. That is celebrated. So here we have celebrated and action by we becomes us. So Diwali is being celebrated by us. Now look at this sentence. They have completed my work. They have completed my work. Here subject, verb, object. Now convert this sentence. They have completed my work. So here verb have plus V3. So try to convert this. Make it fast guys, quick. So subject becomes object, object becomes subject. So my work is singular or plural? Singular. So has, and what is the B form? Verb is in V3. Been completed by, they becomes them. Right? So my work has been completed by them. That's it. Now look at this one. I learned French. I learned French. So what is the passive voice of this? Identify subject, verb and object quick. Try to convert. So I learned French. Now learnt, verb is in V2. So convert the sentence. I learned French. Simple sentence. French was learnt by me. Right? Now look at the next sentence. Kushan was playing hockey in those days. Kushan was playing hockey in those days. Here Kushan, subject, was playing hockey, object. In those days is additional information. Remember the subject, verb and object. Additional information is something which is not the receiver. So try to convert this sentence. Kushan was playing hockey in those days. So hockey, here was is there. Was playing hockey, singular. So we have to take was playing. What is the B form? Being. B3 played by Kushan, additional information in those days. Right? So that's about past continuous. Now look at this one. India had won the World Cup. Here, India, subject, had plus V3, the World Cup, object. Convert the sentence. Had plus V3, past perfect tense. V3, verb is in V3. So what is the B form? Been. So what is the passive voice? The World Cup. So had, B form, been, V3, won by India. Right? Now look at the next one. I will conquer him. What is the tense here? I will conquer him. Will plus V1. That is future. Yes, indefinite or simple future. Future indefinite or simple future. Convert this one. Him is a object. I is a subject. So subject becomes object. Object becomes subject. He will be will only. There is no change. What is the B form? Be. He will be, and we have to take the V3 of conquered. Conquered by me. I becomes me, objective case. Now, they would have written the letter. They would have written the letter. So it is in which tense? Would have plus V3. Have plus V3. Future perfect tense. So again, convert the sentence. Would have written the letter is the object. Now it becomes subject. The letter would have. So what is the be form? Been. Would have been written. Subject. What's the subject there? They becomes object by them. Right, guys? I hope it is clear to you. So do check once again. So do check the questions and answers. Try to make a note or try to pause it and take a screenshot of this, and hence you can practice this. So for every 8 forms of the tenses we have here, active voice and passive voice, do make sure you get all this. Right, guys, that's about our first conversion. Now let us see second conversion. Conversion of imperative sentences into passive voice. What are these imperative sentences? We know imperative sentences are nothing but orders, commands, requests, advice, suggestion, invitation, social expression, etc. So now, how to convert such sentences into passive voice? That is what we are going to learn under conversion of imperative sentences. See, let me take a small example for imperative sentences so that you will get an idea why we are taking this kind of conversion. So, look at this. Get out. What is the subject here? Get out. Is there any subject? No. What is the verb? Get. Right? When there is no subject, how can you get subject becomes object, object becomes subject? Can you do that process? No. That is the reason we have a separate method, a different method of converting imperative sentences into passive voice. However, remember, get out means what is the subject? Directly there is no subject, but indirectly it is referring to the listener. Who is that listener? You. That means you get out. I hope it is clear. So now, if that is the case, remember we can convert in 2 ways. Method 1, by using let formula, that is let plus subject word plus be plus V3. Subject word is nothing but object. Object becomes subject. So that is the subject word. In passive voice, to convert imperative sentences into passive voice. So the first way of conversion here, I have given you the formula. Let plus subject word plus be plus V3. V3 is nothing but past participle. Alright, if there is a negative sentence, if imperative sentence is a negative sentence, then we require to put not. Where do we put? Like this. Let plus subject word plus be plus not plus V3. Where do we put not? After be form, we have to place not. This is one method of converting. When we have a clear subject word. But if you look at this, do we have subject word? Get out. It spell is taking a single tone and it is not having any subject word. There is no object also there. Then how to convert such sentences? Such sentences should be converted by taking the tone of the sentence as the verb. Now what is the tone of get out? Someone said you get out. Is it a request? No. Is it a suggestion? No. What is the tone? Order. So you have to use ordered as our verb. So you have to take the verb as ordered because here we do not have subject. You have to consider the subject as the second person. So you are ordered. After that we have to take to infinitive to get out. So there are 2 methods of converting. When you have subject word, take this let formula. Positive, negative. When you do not have subject word, you have to follow this way. Let us see examples for both. So let's go with examples now. So look at this. Let's see the first sentence here. Shut the door. So what is a passive voice for this? Shut the door. So what is the subject here? Of course, there is no subject because it is imperative. Verb shut and the door is object which we consider as a subject word. So according to the let formula, let us write in let formula. So let subject word. The door Be form. Be shut is a passive voice. So shut the door. Passive voice is let the door be shut. Look at the next one. Turn off the television. What's the passive voice? Try it for yourself. Turn off the television. Positive or negative? Remember, in imperative sentences, if not is there, then only you have to consider it negative and you have to take the negative formula. Here not is not there, so you have to consider it as positive. So let the television be V3. Verb should be always in V3. Turned off. Right? Now look at next one. Do not beat the dog. What is the passive voice here? Do not beat the dog. So here not is there. That means you have to take the second formula for the conversion. So what is that? Let the dog be, where we have to write not? After be. So let the dog be not. What is the V3 of beat? Beaten. Let the dog be not beaten. Now, please help me. How will you convert this sentence? Try to convert this. Please help me. Yes. So, we can convert in two ways. One, by using let formula. Two, the other way which I told you, when there is no receiver or when there is no subject word. However, we can do in both ways. Let us see the first way. So, let the subject word. Please help me. So remember, after let we always write objective case pronouns, not subjective case pronouns. Remember, because let itself is a verb. So let me be helped. Let me be helped. Formula wise it is correct. But can we use it while we are communicating? Let me be helped. No, it's not giving sense. Then we have to use the other way. You are. So what is the tone of the sentence? Here we have please. Please is there means it is a request. So you are requested to help me. Right? So you can convert in both the ways. Get me a glass of water. Same, you can convert in both the ways. So try to convert these four sentences, right? Quick guys, try to convert these four sentences using the formulae or using the other method of conversion. Try to make it fast, the four sentences. So get me a glass of water. You can take let formula or you can take another way. So let's see. So get me a glass of water. Take the let formula. Let a glass of water be gotten or got. Verb is in V3. So get me a glass of water. Let a glass of water be gotten. Or another method is you are ordered to get me a glass of water. You are ordered because here it is a kind of order. Or you can also take asked. You are asked to get me a glass of water. Or you are ordered to get me a glass of water. Keep the city clean. So what kind of sentence? Can you use let formula? Of course you can use. So let the city be kept clean. Remember, clean is not the verb. Here, keep is the verb. Clean is additional information. Next, may God bless you. This is in fact an optative kind which we are going to discuss again. But try to look here. May God bless you. Here this is optative as it started with may. Here also we should have may. May. Here we have subject, verb, object. So subject becomes object, object becomes subject. Same story. So may you be blessed by God. Next, work hard. What is that? Work hard. What kind of imperative? Then advise or say suggestion. So you're advised to work hard. So this is our second conversion for imperative. Try to make a screenshot of this fast. Try to remember, try to practice more examples. Quick guys, take a screenshot for this. You can make it a jot later. You can make a note of that later. You can take the screenshot and let's proceed to the next method, next conversion. So that is conversion of interrogative sentences into passive voice. That is our third conversion, conversion of interrogative sentences into passive voice. So what are interrogative sentences? Nothing but questions. So interrogative sentences are nothing but questions. So we have two types of interrogative sentences. One, WH question. Two, yes or no question. We all know this. We have two types of questions, WH question and yes or no question. That means we have two methods of converting based on that also. First, let us see conversion of interrogative WH questions into passive voice. The WH questions are nothing but the question which starts with the WH words like what, when, where, why, who, how, etc. So, for such type of sentences, how can we convert into passive voice? How to convert such sentences into passive voice? Here, steps are same 5, but here there is a method. For that, I'm going to give you a structure. So, here we have a formula. 1, again here I'm giving two types with only one verb, that is main verb. 2, with both auxiliary verb and main verb. If the sentence has both auxiliary verb and main verb, how to convert? If the sentence has only one verb, that is main verb, how to convert? First let us see that only one verb. If sentence has only one verb, that is main verb, then the conversion is question word, nothing but the WH word, what, when, where, why, whatever is that, plus subject plus verb, that main verb plus object. That's it. That is a conversion. So question word plus subject plus verb plus object. But what if there are two verbs, both auxiliary verb and main verb? Then the conversion is question word plus auxiliary verb or helping verb plus subject plus main verb plus object. Here subject object means subject becomes object, object becomes subject, that kind of subject and object. You cannot take the same subject and object, then you cannot convert into passive voice. Right? So let's see some examples to have clarity on this conversion. So look at these examples. The first example, why did he punish you? So look at the first example, why did he punish you? So what is a passive voice for this? Why did he punish you? So again, same story, identification of subject, verb and object, that is compulsory. Here he is subject, punish is verb, you is object. Here we have two verbs, auxiliary verb and main verb. So auxiliary verb is did plus V1. That means the sentence is in past tense. So how to convert? Same question word plus by auxiliary verb. Here did is there. Auxiliary verb means same auxiliary verb we have to take? No. Here do not get confused or misunderstood by the word auxiliary verb in the formula. Here auxiliary verb in the sense you have to take the B form. What's the B form for past tense? Did plus V1. Did plus V1 means it is in simple past. Simple past B forms are was or were. Now, in order to understand whether the subject is singular or plural, first what we have to do? Conversion of subject and object. The subject becomes object, object becomes subject. Let us leave some space and write the subject now. So what the subject now? You. Object is he becomes him. Right? So why? You is there. Now what is the B form? Was or were? Remember, you is always considered plural in a sentence. So we have to take were. Why were you? Main verb should be in V3. Punished by him is a passive voice. That's it. So why did he punish you? Why were you punished by him is a passive voice. So same, look at the formula. Question word plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb plus object. So by him. Now look at the next sentence. When does she complete the task? When does she complete the task? Question word when. Does plus V1. That means what is our tense here? Does plus V1 means simple present tense. So B forms is, am, are. That you have to remember. Subject, she, object, the task. So, same question word. What's the question word? So, when. So, write the same when. When. Next, subject becomes object, object becomes subject. Here the subject now is the task. Task is singular or plural? Singular. So, when is the task? Next, main verb. Completed by, what's the subject there? She becomes her. When is the task completed by her? Now look at the next one. What does he write on the board? What is the subject here? What is the verb? Write. What is the object? No, not on the board. On the board is additional information. That means there is no object. Can we convert the sentences without object? Generally, no, we cannot convert. But at that time I told you there are some exceptions which we'll see later is here. Here there is an exception. What is that exception? Here sentence started with what? We are asking what is that object? That means we can convert without object also here. How to convert? Let me convert that. So here again same question word. What? There is no object. Let us consider object as single entity. Does plus V1. So B forms are is, am, are. So what is verb immediately? Main verb. As there is no object, there will be no subject. So what is written? Take the additional information here. It looks and sounds better. What is written on the board by, what the subject there? He becomes him. What is written on the board by him? The passive voice. Now look at this one. Where did Shyam place the book? Did plus V1. Simple past. So convert this one. Shyam subject, the book object. We have subject, verb and object. So where is a question word. Okay. And book is singular or plural? The book is singular. So was the book placed by Shyam? Where was the book placed by Shyam? Question mark. Question mark should be kept because here there is no change in the sentence. Interrogative is interrogative only. We are not converting into assertive. So we should maintain that interrogative structure. Now look at the next one. Why did she write the mail? Why did she write the mail? Did plus V1 again. That means simple past. Here she is subject, the mail is object, object is singular. So again start with question word. Why? So the mail is singular. Was the mail written by her? Right. Now look at this one. When did they release that album? Again, did plus V1. Simple past. Convert this one. Where will the dog hide its bones? So let me convert this future tense because it requires little clarity because this is an alternation in the structure. So will plus V1. Simple future. Where will the dog hide its bones? The subject is the dog. Its bones is object. So again, where subject becomes object, object becomes subject, that is same. Where its bones. So before that we have to write auxiliary verb. Where will its bones. Now what is a B form for simple future? Be. Where to write? No, not after will or not before will. We write be form after the subject here because already we have another auxiliary verb which should be carried into passive voice, that is will. So where will its bones be? P3. Hidden by the dog. So this is the difference here. The difference here is generally we are taking the auxiliary verb, nothing but be form. But here we have different be forms and auxiliary verbs, right? So will is auxiliary verb which should be carried here. Here we didn't carry any auxiliary verb. But here we carry auxiliary verb because will should be compulsory. And here be form is be. So that be form should be kept after the subject of passive voice. That is the change here. Same will apply when there is any other modal auxiliary verb. Why should you suspect me? Convert the sentence. Why should you suspect me? Why? So auxiliary verb, same modal auxiliary. Should, subject becomes object, object becomes subject. Why should I, be form, be suspected by you? Right? I hope it is clear. So have you converted this sentence? When did they release that album? When did they release that album? When did. So was or were. Album. That album is singular. So when was that album released by them? They becomes them. Right? So this is the passive voice for WH questions. So let us see that clearly. So look at this slide. You can see here the conversions. So if you want, take a screenshot and do look into that one more time and do practice. So take a screenshot faster, guys. So this is for WH questions, conversion of WH questions into passive voice. Right? So now let's move on to the next one. Next is conversion of SR/No questions into passive voice. So what are SR/No questions? The questions which start with the auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. And the answer will be only either yes or no. That means there is no WH words, no, who, where, hi, etc. Here, the auxiliary verb itself acts as question word. So for converting such sentences, the formula here is question word plus nothing but auxiliary here. Remember here question word is nothing but auxiliary verb or helping verb plus subject plus main verb plus object. Simple. Same kind, but remember instead of WH question, here we have auxiliary verb as a question word. The auxiliary verb or helping verb itself acts as question word. Now let us see some examples to convert. So look at these sentences. First one, do you know English? What is the subject here? Do you know English? You is a subject. Do you know English? You. Verb, no. English, object. Here do is auxiliary verb which is acting as question word here. Do plus V1, that means it is in simple past. Simple present. Do plus V1 means simple present. Simple present means what is the B form? We have three B forms. Is, am, are. Now again identification of subject, verb and object completed. Subject becomes object, object becomes subject. Let us make that first. So English, the object, now it becomes subject. Next, you is the subject becomes object. Now, English is singular or plural? Singular. So what is the be form? Is. So remember, whenever you have do forms, you have to take the be form as the auxiliary. When you have other than do forms, you have to take that auxiliary verb as the auxiliary and be form will be followed. So here do form is there. So is, because English is singular. Is English and verb. Step 4. Known. Verb should be always in B3. Known. Know, knew, known. Next, usage of preposition. Here knowing is an action. Is it indicating action? No. Doesn't denote action. So for other than action, I gave you other prepositions. Here we must use preposition to. So is English known to you? Not known by you. Not action. You understand that? So here we are using to because here it is not a verb of action. Right? So that's the conversion. Now look at the next one. Does he snap the shot of you? Important thing is identification of correct subject, verb and object. So does he snap the shot of you? He, subject. Snap, verb. What is object? The shot or you? Who is the receiver? No, it's not the shot. The shot is additional information. You is the receiver. So again, does plus V1, that means simple present tense. So subject is you now. You means always considered plural. So B forms are is, am, are. Here you. So are you verb in V3. Are you what? Snapped. Snapped what? The shot by him. Are you snapped the shot by him? Right? So remember to identify correct subject, verb and object. Only then you can identify the correct voice. If you are converting, you can convert correctly. Exams you have to choose by identifying. You can do that. Now look at the next one. Did Shweta invite you to the party? Here did plus V1. That means it is in simple past. So simple past means what are the B forms? Was, were. Here what is the subject? Shweta. Object you. So here plural we require. Were you? Verb should be in V3. Invited what? To the party by Shweta. See guys, here the additional information you can put it after the verb or after the object also. Exams you can do not confuse. Sometimes you may get this after the object also. Then also it is correct on. Next one. He advised you to go there? Here we have another verb other than do form as auxiliary verb. Has. Has he advised you to go there? I told you if do form is auxiliary, we will take the be forms exactly as auxiliary. But here we have another auxiliary. So we cannot take be form as the auxiliary. So subject he, verb advised, object you. Go there is additional information. Now let us convert that sentence. So now what is the subject? You. You means singular or plural? You is always plural. Has or have? Have. So have you? What is the be form? Here verb is in which one? V3. Has plus V3. So V3 means what is the be form? Been. So have you been advised? Now let me put the additional information at the end and let me take that. By him to go there. Have you been advised by him to go there? Here what happened? That additional information, whatever is there, I kept at the end, and what you have to mind here is the structure. Here have other than do forms. So we have taken the same. And the be form is kept after the subject. That is the difference. Now look at this one. Have they finished the work? Again, the work is singular. So has the work be form been finished by them? Right? So I hope it is clear, guys. Look at these three. Try to convert these three, guys. Had they broken the glass? Will you take me to the railway station? Are you watering the garden? Quick. So had plus V3. Past perfect. V3 means what's the B form? Same. B form is been. Will you take me to railway station? Will plus V1. Simple future. B form is be. However, you should mind the structure. The B form is kept after the subject. Next, are you watering the garden? You watering. R plus V4. Here V4 is there. So the be form should be being. So try to convert fast. So, had they broken the glass? So the passive voice is had. Will be had only. The glass been broken by them. Next, will you take me to railway station? So will. Start with will other than do forms. So will I be taken to? Be is kept after the subject. Will I be taken to railway station by you? Next, are you watering the garden? So here we have V4. So V4 means B form is being. Are you watering the garden? Garden is singular. So is the garden being watered by you? So please quickly take the screenshot and do practice. So now let's move on to the next one. The next conversion is conversion of sentences beginning with WHO. Why we are converting or we are discussing it separately? WHO is also WH question, isn't it? We are discussing separately because here there is some exception. What is that exception? See, let me take a sentence with WHO. Who? Who did it? Who did it? Now what is the subject here? Who did it? What is the subject? There is no subject. What is the verb? Did. What is the object? It. Then what is the subject? Here we do not know the subject. That's why we are asking who is that subject. Hence, when there is no subject, we will not have any object. Compensate that. What is being done here is who in active voice becomes by whom in passive voice. That is the thing, the conversion separation. Why we separated discussing is who in active voice becomes by whom in passive voice. That means in passive voice by somebody will not come because there is no subject. We are asking who is that subject here. And the formula is question word plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb. Remember, question word plus auxiliary verb, nothing but be form, plus subject plus main verb. See, let's see some examples for that. Remember who becomes by whom. That is the only difference here. Other than that, it is similar to WH questions. Let's see the first one here. Who broke the glass? So, what is the subject? Of course, there is no subject. Who becomes by whom? Broke. B2. The glass. So, what is the passive voice? Who becomes by whom? Next, subject. By whom the glass was broken. Question mark. Is it the formula? Generally, people do convert this way because it seems correct according to the sound it generates. By whom the glass was broken. But remember what is our formula? Question word plus auxiliary verb plus subject. So this is a mistake people are being committing these days. So this is a mistake you should avoid. So people are doing this mistake most often, that is not putting according to the formula. You have to mind that formula and you have to put that according to the formula, guys. So do understand the formula is different. So the formula, according to the formula, by whom the glass was broken is incorrect. It sounds good, it sounds correct, it sounds good, but that is incorrect. According to the formula, question word plus auxiliary verb. That means by whom was the glass broken. You will get this in error detection, spotting error. Do not do this mistake. This kind of sentence also might be appeared in the options, but no, it is not the correct one. So we require auxiliary verb or the be form immediately after the question word. So that is a conversion, right? Now look at the next one. Who killed the snake? Again, look at this one. Who killed the snake? So what is the conversion? By whom killed. So was the snake B3 killed. By whom was the snake killed? So that is a conversion. Now look at this one. Who is giving the presentation? He is giving. Verb is in V4. By whom? Who becomes by whom? So write that by whom. By whom. So is is. And now here what we require after auxiliary? Subject. By whom is the presentation? Then wait to write the be form. Remember, when the subject and be form are different, the be form should be written after the subject. So by whom is the presentation being given? P3. That is a passive voice. Now look at this. Who will do it? Yes, you can do it. You will do it. So do it. Who will do it? By whom will it be done? So be form after the subject because already we have one be form. Next, who invented the telescope? Did not answer me who invented, just convert the sentence. Who invented the telescope? Who becomes by whom? By whom? After by whom, what do we require? The auxiliary. So what is the auxiliary here? So it is in P2. P2 means B form is was or were. Telescope. So was. By whom was the telescope invented? Now last one. Who will play with me? See, this sentence here I have taken especially because you should understand play with is considered as a verb. It is a phrasal verb. You remember phrasal verb? Verb plus particle, right? So here play with is considered as verb. So the with will be attached to the verb every time, even in passive voice. So by whom? So will. So will only. By whom will? What is the object here? Me. I be played with. By whom will I be played with? I hope it is clear. So let's see a clear slide here. Look at this one. So take a quick snapshot of this screenshot. Make it fast. So go through this. So you got this thing right. So guys, remember this is just a demo class. So that is the reason I'm giving you only brief account. I'm not going into detail because we have number of methods. I told you 9 methods to discuss. We have number of methods to discuss and we have different types of conversions to go through. So as this is demo, I just gave you the introduction. We have again another type of questions that is WHOM whom. If sentence started with whom, how to convert. If the sentence starts with no interrogative completed with sentence started with or if sentence has infinite verb, that means to infinitive. If a sentence has infinitive, how to start the sentence or how to convert the sentence, infinite sentences into passive voice, and sentences having causative verbs. If the sentence has a causative verb, how to convert that sentence into passive voice, or if a sentence starts with the phrases like it's time, it's right time, how to convert. All those we'll discuss in detail in our regular classes. As it is demo class, I'm just giving you a brief account, and let us see one example how you will generally get in your examinations and how to quickly solve that question in exam. Look at this one. His pocket has been picked. Now immediately what you have to do? Identify the voice. So look at this sentence. His pocket has been picked. His pocket. So here his pocket, the subject has been picked. Verb. Here been is there, V3 is there. That means it is in passive voice. Here V3 is there, been is there. Has plus V3 must be there in active voice. Has plus V3. Has picked. So his pocket should be the object. Now what is a subject? As there is no object, we cannot have a clear subject. That means they can we take? How many people can pick your pocket? No. Picked pocket? No, it cannot be. Picking has been done? No. You can take someone as a subject because we do not know. So someone has picked his pocket. So that is the correct one. So let us see one more example before we end the session. So let me take one more example. Here you can see a stone struck me on the head. So it is in which voice? A stone struck me on the head. A stone struck me on the head is additional information. So here object, verb, subject. The subject does the action, object receive the action. That means here it is an active voice. So sentence should start with I because subject becomes object, object becomes subject. Where is I? Here we have I. No. Here we have I. Here we have I. And what is the tense of the sentence? Struck. That means V2. V2 means what do we require? B forms was or were. Where are was or were? Here was is there. Here had been. No. Here was is there. Right? So here yam is there. So the answer should be I was struck on the head by a stone. See, very easily you can identify, guys. So it is not a tough task. We will be discussing in detail in our coming session.